of these fighters.
You know, I was thinking that maybe Gabriel Rosado could fight Walter Kawadanku.
They read as follows: John McKay and David Braslow, 95-91. Lynn Carter, 95-93. All for your winner by unanimous decision, and the new WBO International Middleweight Champion, Maciej Sulecki.
95-93?
Yeah, wow. A little too close for me.
95-93? Demetrius, Ray, Sergio, anybody?
No, you heard it right, but there was a 10-7 round in there, but I just don't get it. That's too close.
Yeah.
I was surprised to find out after all the years of living in Philly, I'm not in Philly anymore, I'm on the outskirts of Philly, but that the Polish neighborhood is Port Richmond. That's right there near the Schuylkill, the Delaware Riverfront, you know, right before you have to cross over to Jersey. But one thing I don't like about the Polish fans is that I noticed is that, you know, I understand that they're to support their fighter, but it would be nice if they could stick around until the whole event, I mean, is over. A lot of them left after this fight. I got a chance to talk to a lot of them out in the hall and everything, and that's how I found out that Port Richmond was the Polish area. They're going to do some post-fight interviews. We're going to talk about what's next. We're going to talk about the 160-pound division and that can Sulecki beat Demetrius Andrade? Can he do it? Now, Gabriel Rosado, he has gotten better as his career is going on, even though he has 12 losses right now, 24-12-1. The only draw he has is against Luis Arias. He didn't start boxing until he was 18 years old. And you can clearly see that the pedigree just was different. You know, the boxing prowess and the amateur background of Sulecki had overpowered Gabriel Rosado. However, he did come close to stopping him. That's because, as they say, he's a warrior. And that's why he keeps getting fights. And that's why he's still going to always be relevant until... Let's listen in.
I don't know why. I don't know. For me, this is stupid. My coach told me that...
He's talking about when he got knocked down, you know, in twice in round 9.
You know, this was very stupid. To było bardzo głupie, ja niepotrzebnie się wdałem w bójkę, straciłem kontrolę nad panowaniem nad sobą i wyszło.
He felt too sure, he started to fight, not to box. That's it.
Before that, you were boxing pretty brilliantly. You look good, won most of the early rounds on our scorecard ringside. How happy are you with your overall performance?
I'm not happy. This was a very bad fight. Straciłem koncentrację, dlatego
he lost concentration, but he's very, very happy.
Do you believe you're ready for a shot at Demetrius Andrade next?
Yeah, I'm ready on Demetrius Andrade. I won't fight with Demetrius Andrade about world champion. I'm ready.
I like his English. It's getting a whole lot better.
I'm going to turn to Gabe here. Gabe, you were behind, it looked like, on the scorecards early, but you rallied big in that 9th round. How were you able to change the fight?
I thought by the middle rounds, I turned it around. It's not just the later rounds. I thought by the middle round, I began to counter well, apply pressure, and I had a 10-8 round, and I felt like I closed it by the time I dropped him in the 9th. I mean, I closed it hard in the 10th. I mean, I don't know, man. What can I do?
Was he harder to figure out early than you expected?
I mean, not really. You know what I'm saying? He's a seasoned fighter, but I was landing my right hand over his jab. I was throwing joke shots to the body. I was doing subtle veteran moves. I mean, I thought I won. You can hear the crowd, you know?
Thanks, Gabe. Appreciate the performance. Brian?
All that. He won that fight. Look, a fighter's going to think that, but Ben, he ate a lot of shots, crisp, clean shots. I don't see it. Maybe we got to look back on it, but I don't see it. Do you?
No.
Do you think that Sulecki can beat Andrade? Andrade did get clipped by Lantas Fox, did get clipped by Walter Kawadanku. By the way, I feel that, you know, Gabriel Rosado, he can fight Artur Akavov. He can fight Katandakwa. You know, maybe Lantas Fox and start, you know, building his way back up again, because surprisingly, I was shocked that this was actually an eliminator. That was some real maneuvering to get this fight as an eliminator one, especially if you look at coming into the Sulecki fight. He was 1-1-1, or if you want to look at his last 4, 1-2-1. But a lot of people did feel he won the Luis Arias fight, and they could revisit that as a main event somewhere, you know. But one thing for sure is Gabriel Rosado needs to fight in Philadelphia a lot more. You know, I was shocked, like, especially with the right matchmaking with the Philly and then, you know, them adding, you know, a Polish fighter. For one, as I was saying earlier, Polish fighters always, Polish fans always turn out for their fighters. From whatever neighborhood they are in their city, they will turn out. It's just that, you know, like I said earlier, it would be nice if they stayed to the end of the event, you know? Because first I thought they was going to the concession stands and shit, but they was leaving. It's like, yeah, our man won, we getting the motherfucker out of here, going home. Maybe as a culture, they go to bed early. You know, I don't know. I got to do some research. But Sulecki is nice. At one point in time, he was ordered in an eliminator to fight Venus Martirosyan, but I guess politics or whatever forced him back up to 160 to fight Venus Martirosyan to be the mandatory for Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo since lost to Tony Harrison. They're fighting again sometime in the summer, early summer, you know, or so. Late spring, early summer, likely early summer. So now Demetrius Andrade, who I talked to a little bit after this card, I was here at this card watching this, you know, I was deep into it. Pause. Now the question is, can he beat Andrade? Because it seems as though it's already literally penciled in that it's going to be Andrade versus Sulecki in Rhode Island in June at Demetrius Andrade's homecoming. You know? And Demetrius Andrade, shout out to him for being like active. Remember, he was supposed to fight Billy Joe Saunders. And who else was it that touched him up a little bit? Venus Martirosyan had dropped him. You know, flash knockdowns, but you know how boxing is, man. Fans won't let you live down flash knockdowns. They're like, well, he got knocked down by, or he got knocked down by such and such. Look at Danny Jacobs. He could never live down a Dimitri Pirog incident. Anyway, TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. As I said, this, you know, Gabriel Rosado was the underdog, but he did what he is known to do and living up to being the warrior, as in almost winning the fight by knockout. So he doesn't really lose anything from this. He's just going to still be Gabriel Rosado, like, and still get significant fights. TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.